Hello, hello. Welcome to Stamp in the Pink Barn. Danny Garola here. We are going to make some super cute cards today using new product from the upcoming JJ Mini catalog. And I don't think I'm going to use anything from the Celebrations catalog, but just note that that first round, ooh, there's a little gnat. That first round of Celebration starts in January. It starts January 4th. So that's exciting. I hope you guys have all gotten your catalogs because you should have gotten them by now. If you have not gotten a catalog from me, let me know. Especially those of you that have been customers of mine, they should have already been sent out. You guys should have already received them. Let me see. Yeah, because those, yeah, they should have. If not, they're coming like any day now because they want you to have them by the time. Merry Christmas, Lois. Patty, you got yours? Did you get yours? Is that what you're saying? Nope, not yet. I will check my mailbox tomorrow. Oh, well, and I hope because of the weather that's been going on, that might be delaying things as well. I do, think that Stampin' Up! Is going to make sure, want to make sure that you guys have them by the time that it starts. I mean, yes, you guys might start receiving them, any day now, but you can't start ordering until January 4th. Which, you can start making your wish list by all means right now. And don't forget, you have Celebrations. So with every $50 that you spend, you get to pick a free product out of Celebration. So when I spin you guys around, I'm going to show you a couple of the promotions that we have going on, especially if you've been thinking about getting Paper Pumpkin. I don't talk too much about the prepaid Paper Pumpkin, but I do want to let you guys know that because if you were thinking about joining Paper Pumpkin subscription, it's a good time to do it through prepaid because then you will wind up earning yourself some Celebration products. So not only are you going to be getting those fun boxes in the mail, you'll be getting some free either paper, stamps, whatever you choose. Also we have the, oh, that's what I wanted to tell you guys. That paper that is called, if you do have the catalog and you've gone through it and you've looked at, it's called what is it called? Supple, let me grab it really quick. This right here. It is called the Supple Shimmer. Now, in the catalog, it shows it very, very blue. So Stampin' Up! Has let us know that it is considered a light pool party. Now, it almost looks, it does definitely have a tint of blue to it, but it does almost look like a white iridescent. Because, well, I don't know. You can really kind of see the blues in it when I move it, but I've used it on a lot of those, and the other color is that pink right there. So it will come with one sheet of that, and like I said, they're calling it Light Pool Party, but it does kind of look white. I use it for clouds for that new rainbow set that they have just released for the JJ, or it hasn't been released to customers yet, but it is in the upcoming January. And look at this one. Isn't that gorgeous? And I'm not sure if that is considered flirty flamingo or polished pink or whatever, but it's pink, so I'll take it. I'm not going to complain, and I'm not going to nitpick what color pink it is. It's just pink, and it is beautiful. The other thing to know with our glimmer paper, nothing comes off on your hands. You guys saw me touching that and playing with it and stuff. I love that our paper does not leave us, glittery unicorny. I mean, not that that's a bad thing, but, I want my recipients to get their glitter paper, not it to be all over me. Just saying. when I get you guys flipped around, I have a couple more Christmas cards that have came in, and I want to show those to you guys. And then we'll kind of go over just a couple things. If you didn't, if you haven't gotten your catalog by, well, I'm going to say the 3rd, because I'm going to hope to God that you guys have them by the 4th, so you can start doing your orders. If you haven't received your catalog by the 3rd, please reach out to me so I can get another one sent to you, because I definitely want you guys to have those. And those are, those of you that have been my customers, I've sent them out to you. Otherwise, if you're on my team, you should already have your catalogs, because December was a pre-order. Hello, Peggy. Who else did I miss? I think I saw somebody else. Oops, hold on. I might as well use this side over here. Oops, what am I doing? Jeez Louise. Share. There we go. All right. Okay. I think we're just going to get you guys flipped around. I don't think I have much to chit chat with you guys, because I have new product and you guys have seen it in packages, but I want to show you how we can use some of these fun things. And I know if some of you guys follow me over on my personal page, my husband got a phone call last night and his uncle passed away. He had strokes. He's had numerous strokes, but he had a stroke the beginning of last week, I believe it was. And my husband got a phone call a couple days later saying that he was doing a lot better and he might be being released home, but it wound up having some complications and he is no longer with us. But no sad news during stamping, but just so if you guys read that and you're wondering what is going on, yeah. So what is this? Sometimes I swear these weird little messages that pop up here on this Facebook thing kind of blow my mind, that I'm like, where are these? They're just random. Rando little things. Hello, Mother. Did I not say hi to you? It's when it pops up little weird messages, it covers what you guys say. Oh, thank you, Patty. All right, I'm going to get you guys flipped around. Because like I said, I don't really have that. Oh, did you guys all get your Christmas cards that I've sent you? Those of you that have been customers and are on my team, I sent out Christmas cards and I just want to make sure that you guys got those. I have my hot tea over here. I'm steeping my tea bag, so I just want to make sure I don't spill that. So I'm going to move that. And then I'm going to flip you guys around. Okay. If you don't have catalogs by the 3rd, make sure you message me so I can get those to you. I think I said that, but I'm kind of a broken record because I want to make sure you guys have those. Okay. I'm going to flip you guys around. Hang on. Oops. I should have waited a moment. I jumped the gun on that one. Okay, so these are some of the Christmas cards that I've gotten. Here is that Celebrations catalog. Starts January 4th. So the way Celebrations works is every $50 you spend, you get to earn a free product. There are some things that if you spend $100, you get to pick $100 products. So there's $50 increments and there's $100 increments. Too far away. Still? Okay, hold on. I thought I moved it where you guys were closer. Because otherwise if I get too close, you can't see anything. It's not wide enough. Okay, hold on. Is that better? Oops, hold on. It's spun. I hate when I let go of it, it decides to kind of crank backwards. Okay, there we go. I'm not messing with it again. All right, we're good. Hopefully you guys can see everything now. Get my light back over here. Okay, all right. So Celebrations is coming up. So this is round 1. This is going to be January 4th through February 28th. Then we will have another round come around fall time. I think they do it in July, August, around there. Okay, so that is that. So what I was telling you guys about the paper pumpkin. So, hello, Nick. So paper pumpkin is that box that you guys see me do once a month. I always do my alternatives for it. But I don't talk I can't talk at all right now. I don't talk much about prepaid. So a lot of people jump on the prepaid boat normally this time of year where they can actually get celebrations items for buying their prepaid paper pumpkin. So if you've been thinking about paper pumpkin and you need something to kind of push you over to make sure, you know, okay, I want to do it, I don't want to do it. This is a great time to do it. So if you were to do the 3-month prepaid subscription, you will earn yourself one of the $50 celebration items. If you purchase the 6-month prepaid subscription, you earn 2 $50 celebration items or $100 celebrations item. If you buy the 12-month prepaid subscription, you can earn 4 of the $50 celebration items or 2 $100 celebration items. So this is a really great time to jump on board with this. I know a lot of people will do this 12-month prepaid subscription, and then they go ahead and get their, you know, either their 4 or their 2 celebration items, and then their paper pumpkins paid for. And it kind of saves you a little bit on that as well. So you can go ahead and hit the paper pumpkin button when I'm done with this video and go to paper pumpkin and you can read all about that. But I don't think you can buy the prepaid on the Paper Pumpkin website. I think you can read about it there, but you actually have to go into my store, which is dannygarola.stampinup.net. Go into shop and then look up prepaid Paper Pumpkin. And it'll take you right in there, and then you can see those 3 different options of how to earn or how to get your prepaid. Okay? But don't do that until January 4th. Because that's when you will be able to get your celebrations items. If you do it right now, you're not going to get those, you know, those freebies. And you want those freebies. Because then it'll make your paper pumpkins go even further when you have, you know, more stamp sets and more paper and all the good things. Speaking of paper pumpkin, this is the newest paper pumpkin right now. This is available through January 10th is when you can make sure you subscribe to this one. This is called Kisses and Hugs. This one comes with 10 cards in coordinating envelopes, and it comes with a gray granite classic stamped in spot. And I think this one actually has a add-on that you can purchase as well. Oh yeah, right down here. You can do the matching treat boxes. Or wait a minute. Create matching treats with coordinating Kisses and Hugs mini treat boxes sold separately. So yeah, I think if you go on this, you could go on to Paper Pumpkin and you can read more about, but I do think there's an add-on that you could purchase alongside this. I just didn't print that part out. Also, Eden's Garden is going to be over as far as the accessories are concerned. This ends January 3rd. So the bundle will be in the JJ mini catalog. That's our January to June mini catalog. But that's for the bundle. These items here, which are your designer series paper, your cotton paper, and your garden gems, those will no longer be available after January 3rd. So those, if you are looking to get this, make sure you get some of those. I haven't heard anything yet about any of them being gone yet and out of stock, because they are while supplies last, but I haven't heard anything about them being gone yet. So if you have this on your list, make sure you get these, because you're really going to want these coordinating products. At least the paper and the gems. I'm not a big fan of the cotton paper. I'll just be honest with you. So, you know, that might save you a little bit of money. Then our last chance products. Again, I haven't heard of, when I checked the inventory, I haven't seen any of these items that are discontinued, but I'm pretty sure there are quite a few that are no longer available. I know when I went in and I tried to order the ephemera pack for, where's it at? It's the ephemera pack with those birds and the owls. I know those were no longer available. I'm trying to remember what, oh, Beauty of Tomorrow. It's called the Blackberry Beauty ephemera pack. Those were gone when I had went to order some of those. So those are obviously no longer available. But, you know, if you add it to your cart and you see that it's gone, just go ahead and go through and get the things that you are able to get. Okay? And this is over on, if you want a copy of this to go through and mark things that you want or that you've tried to purchase and they're no longer available. This PDF is available over on my group, which is Pink Barn Stampers group. And everybody is welcome in there. I only ask that you're courteous to others and that we, you know, just keep it civil. Okay, then let me show you guys a couple of cards that I received. So one of my team members, she stopped by, Miss Rhea, she stopped by, I think it was on Friday, and she dropped off a tin full of baked goods that her and another friend of hers had made. But she had sent me this Christmas card. Isn't that so pretty? And she used, I believe this is one of the ephemera packs, but it's not that blackberry one, and made this beautiful card. And then she had done this so I can cut this piece off and I can use this on another card as well to kind of repurpose, reuse. Okay, then this is from one of our, speaking of paper pumpkins, this was one of our past paper pumpkins that she gave this card to me when she brought me that tin of baked goods. And look at this. This is an easel card. Isn't that so cute? I think she did an amazing job. And she's only been on my team and stamping for, I want to say 2 months. Yeah, and she does, I mean, she is just, look at these. I mean, she's killing it. So yeah, that's from Miss Rhea, and then the matching envelope there. So yeah, just to kind of give you a glimpse of what your paper pumpkins can do, this is an alternative to a paper pumpkin. She used the paper pumpkin pieces and this right here, and then went ahead and put it on Misty Moonlight to make an alternative card. All right, and then Cheryl Grimlick sent me this card, and it was so funny because when this came in, I showed my daughter and I brought it over to her and I said, I go, oh my gosh, Caden, look at this. I go, look at this sled. I said, do you remember, you know, when we lived in Oregon, we used to go sledding and playing in the snow, which, yeah, geez, I've seen pictures from Portland and Sandy where we used to live, and you guys have a ton of snow up there right now. It is pretty chilly here, which I know when I tell you guys the temperature here, you guys are going to be like, that's not cold. That's, you know, tank top weather. It's 52 right now down here, and I'm literally freezing. It's like sweatshirt, sweatpants. I have slippers on. It's, I mean, when you become acclimated to Tucson weather, yeah, anything under like 70 is cold for us. I know that sounds really silly, but it is true. So isn't that so cute? I love this little sled here and these colors that she used. And she used an embossing folder here and then took some of the early espresso ink and used that to distress this embossed piece back here. So it is absolutely beautiful. Thank you so much, Cheryl, for sending that. And then one of my customers that comes to my live in-class or in-person class that I do twice a month, she sent me this card. Isn't it so cute? I love this little old Saint Nick. So cute. This is from Miss Annette, and I just love this card. And she took some of that shimmery foil green and embossed it as well to give that really pretty background to Mr. Santa. Okay, so I went on like a splurge a couple nights ago, and I made a whole bunch of cards using new product. Somebody just popped in and I forgot to say hi. Oh, see, you're 56. Hello, Rejan? Is that how you say it? 56 in Gilbert. Yep, you're pretty cold, right? Yeah. Sweater weather. I don't know how I would survive if we went, you know, on vacation during wintertime back in Oregon. Because, like I said, they have snow right now. And one of our friends lives even closer up the base of Mount Hood. And he had posted pictures of their place. And he said they're like 10 to 12 inches so far. Okay, so this first card that I am going to show you guys is using this in the moment. This is one of those stamp sets that have that black line, what is it called? Outlined images. This is a great set for, I would say, 36 in Michigan. Jeez, yeah, that's cold. This would be great for Mother's Day, any kind of retirement, any cards that you want to send and just tell somebody to relax and take some time out for themselves. This sentiment down here says, you're always so good to others. Be good to yourself too. Sometimes the most productive thing you can do is relax. You're in my thoughts. So this is a really, really cool stamp set, and come on, I think it's Wednesday, I have it set to, there's another card that is posted on my blog, and it will pop up on Wednesday showing another card made with this set as well. All right, so I am going to need some paper towel here, and I am using Misty Moonlight. If I can get this out of my little tray here. And I'm using some of the new paper from, I need to make my samplers. I keep saying that, and then I get busy doing other things. But this is that new paper pack called Heart and Home. It comes with a lot of these really pretty colors. You have some fresh freesia in there. These are the ones that on the back side, it's all that gray wood print, or shiplap, I guess is another name for it. But you've got some of the garden green. I love this paper here. This has got these little bees on here, and it actually coordinates with these two sets here. It coordinates with the Blessings of Home and the Honeybee Home, because these are the same little bees that are on this paper here. So this coordinates really well with this also. And that's a whole suite that you can get in the catalog. It comes with both stamp sets and 2 die sets along with the paper. You can get this ribbon right here. It is the denim ribbon. I'm trying to remember what else is in that suite of products. I don't know. You guys will see it as soon as you guys get your catalog. You'll know exactly what I'm talking about. I'm also going to be using the Color and Contour. I'm only using the dies from this, and I'm going to be using this one right in the middle because I really love these rectangles and how they're very scallopy. So I guess I'm not using the stamp set. I'm just using the dies from that. All right, what did I do with my stamp? And this is the stamp that I chose. I'm going to use the lady who's kind of looking over, you know, you can say that she's looking at the mountains. You can say she's looking at the beach. So the really cool thing about this is with some of those new stamp sets that we have, like this one right here, this ocean front, I've seen some cards made where they put some of these in the background of her, and it looks like she really is looking out over the ocean. There's also this one right here that you can make it look like she's looking off into, you know, the woods or off into the sky. You know, there's a lot of sets that we have coming out that really coordinate all together beautifully. I was trying to think if we could do it with the rainbow, but I'm sure somebody will wind up doing something with the rainbow that these girls are looking at. All right, so let's get started. So my card base is Misty Moonlight, 8.5 by 5.5, and we're gonna just fold that 4 1/4 to make that the half mark. Grab my bone folder. Okay, there's my card base. And what I'm using paper towel for is I am going to be using the bleaching technique today. And I think that was part of my tips, tricks, and techniques a couple months ago. It was one of my PDFs that I mailed out to, that I emailed to everyone. So how you get on my tips, tricks, and techniques club is monthly. If you spend $25 or more in my store, you automatically get entered into that month's tips, tricks, and techniques. And so to keep that going is you just have to make sure you spend at least $25 a month in my store. All right, then the next piece that we're using comes from that home, or what was it called? The Heart and Home DSP, Designer Series Paper Collection. So I think this is actually Night of Navy. No, it isn't. It's Misty Moonlight. Good choice. So I thought it was Night of Navy when I was looking at it, and I kept taking Night of Navy instead of just reading, because see, it kind of looks like it would go with Night of Navy, but I'm glad I picked Misty Moonlight because that is actually the color that it is. And here is that piece that I used from the contoured scallop dies with this piece right here. So it's the very middle piece. I just ran that through. And then I'm going to take my Memento ink and I'm going to stamp right on this little blue piece here. Make sure she's nice and inky. And I'm just going to line her up on this. Kind of hold that there for a second to make sure that marinates into the cardstock. Oh, that worked beautiful. Okay, so then what I did is I just took regular Clorox bleach and I poured it into one of our water painters. I am using the thinnest of the tips for the water painters. So with the water painters, you have 3 different tips. You have this like medium one, and then you have this thick painter one that is for big, thick areas, like if you were going to do your whole cardstock. Hello, Rhea. I was actually just talking about you, lady. I was telling how you brought me your tin of cookies over, and I was showing your cards off that you gave me. So you get 3 of these, and this is the tip on this one. I just want to make sure I don't spread, you know, get bleach everywhere. So it's got that finer tip on there, and you get all 3 of those, and I think they're like $10 for all 3 of them. So I took straight bleach and put it inside of this pen here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to lay this right on here. And so see this barrel here? So when you squeeze this, you'll see it fill up in that barrel because there's like a little sponge in there. Oh, it's cold in Yuma too, Melanie. Yeah, I think, well, and it was very cloudy all day today. So they're saying that we're supposed to have some rain coming up here. I think tomorrow, actually, it's supposed to start raining. Okay, so what I'm doing is I'm just taking this and I'm going just on her dress. and you'll see as this dries what this bleach does to this paper. So I'm just using bleach straight on my cardstock. No, nothing spectacular about that. Just straight bleach in my pen or in my water painter. And then I'm just lightly, and if I have too much on my tip, I can always just rub it off over here on my paper towel. So that's why I always advise that you have a paper towel sitting beside you when you're doing this. But do you see how that is already lightening up? Let me move my light over here a little bit more so you're not getting so much of the shadow. And I'm just doing her dress. And so, like we all know, bleach normally takes color off of things. So it does the same thing to this cardstock. Now, one of the really fun things to do with this is grab different colors of cardstock and just play with it. I will tell you that probably one of the best looking, what am I trying to say? One of the best fading ones is our soft succulent. Now, you can take like one of these open flowers right here and stamp that on there, and then watch when you take bleach and you put it on soft succulent. Watch what it does to this paper. It gives you the neatest color that contrasts together. So imagine if you had a black image of a flower and a stem, and you left the leaves and stuff green, and then you only did the flower and it makes it yellow. What a cool technique, right? So it's fun to play with paper, and it's fun to see how, you know, the colors change with bleach. So see, you can come back in here and you can kind of go over this again. Just ran to the mailbox. Catalogs are here. Woo woo! Oh, see, now you got to get warm because it was 32 degrees out. Whoa, jeez. Hopefully you dressed all, you know, snuggly, or you just ran out, ran back in, and now you're in front of the fireplace. Or do you have snow where you're at, Frida? Okay, so just like that. So the more I let that dry, the more that's going to kind of lighten up, because you can see where it's wet at the moment. So see how it's already changing this misty moonlight paper to more of a light, whiter, faded out look. I just think that's a really neat technique. And kind of, like I said, if you play around with it, let me show you what I also did with, I used Night of Navy, and I was going to, because like I said, I was going to use Night of Navy because I thought that was the color that coordinated with that paper. But, ooh, this fly, get out of here. And then I tried it with my chalk marker. Come on. Down here, I also tried it on, oh, come on, really, fly? Quit hijacking my video. He's like photobombing, but video bombing. And then I also tried it on the Misty Moonlight, and it was just on the sides. Roads are clear. Oh, good. Ooh, 20 degrees tonight. Yikes. It will have a bleach smell when you're doing it. So make sure you're in a pretty well ventilated area. Make sure you don't have any clothing on that, or make sure you have an apron on, that you're not going to ruin any of your clothing, because it is straight bleach. Just Clorox bleach. So make sure you don't ruin anything. Like I said, it does have a smell to it, but I'm a weirdo. I like the smell of bleach. But there are the two different contrasts of color on that. And then I used the chalk down here, but it was just a little bit too stark that I didn't like the white, the straight white on there. You might like that look, so grab yourself. What about when it's done? No, it doesn't smell after it's dried. Now, if it was sitting inside of an envelope and you sent it to somebody, they might get a little bit of residual, but if it's going through the mail, it's going to be shuffled through, that by the time you get it off and sent, it's, because there's really a very, very, I mean, it's very faint, like very faint. So I don't think it would bother anybody if you were to send this, and it wouldn't be too overwhelming bleach scent wise. Okay, so this is just going to go, so this was, so now we have 5.5 by 4 1/4. This piece here is 5 1/4 by 4, and that's just going to go straight down. Did you try watercolor pencils? I haven't. And you know what? I have all my watercolor pencils. Where are those? I was going to say I could grab. Oh, I think they're over on my shelf. Hold on a second. Let me get this on here and I'll run and grab my watercolor pencils. Because isn't there a white? Won't the bleach ruin the pen? No, it doesn't. Nope, I've had so many different ones. Like, I have ones that are not even Stampin' Up, and I've put bleach in them, and it doesn't do anything. I don't leave the bleach in here, and I don't store it with the bleach. I will go dump this back in the bleach bottle, and I'll rinse it out with water. I don't throw this over here because I don't want, you know, anything to happen where I accidentally squeeze it or it drops and it gets all over my carpet. So no, I always make sure I rinse it out when I'm done, and I always rinse the nib out, and once I put water, I squeeze water through here to kind of clear it. But it's never ruined any of these, and there's quite a few videos on YouTube that you can watch with different techniques of people using bleach. So no, these pens can be quite beaten up with bleach, and it doesn't bother them. Hold on, let me grab my watercolor pencils really quick. Because I know there is a white watercolor. Oh, if I can get this open. Yeah, right here. Hold on, let me try it. And then I'll tell you, and then you guys can see if you like the white watercolor pencil instead. Oops, I pressed a little too hard, but good thing that's not our... Okay, so you're saying to just take the watercolor pencil and just color on there, or do you actually use water to disperse it? See, now that's pretty, because that gives it a very subtle, just a lift of color. Good job, Lois. Look at you. Full of ideas, lady. Yeah, that's a really pretty effect too. So if you guys have like a white, this is the Whisper White watercolor pencil. Color right on it. Okay, so just like what I'm doing. So you wouldn't put water on top of that then. You just leave it just like that. That is really pretty, Lois. Yeah. That is an awesome technique as well. So now you guys have choices. If you have a white watercolor pencil, then that works as well on, you know, your images also. Choices, choices, choices. All right, so there you go. There's the two difference. That's bleach, and that is white watercolor pencil. Oops, what did you just say? Or you could even use the chalk if there is a white. Well, I used the chalk pencil or the chalk marker, and it was just too much. I didn't like the way that turned out. It was very streaky, and I even tried to take watercolor and water and go over it to try to make it where it wasn't so drastic, and it didn't work. So I was like, okay, I'm not using the white pen. But this is beautiful. That works really well. So the watercolor pencil works great. Or you have the look of the bleach. Now, this doesn't give you a like crisp white color like this, but it just bleaches it out enough to just alter the color of it. Okay, so let me finish this. And then I'm going to bump that up. This is just a very simple card because it was more or less to show the technique and give you guys ideas of kind of just going outside of the box and trying something different. And now you've got lots of ideas. Okay, just like that. And that adds just a little bit of lift, but it's still, I love it with this paper. It reminds me of an old like denim shirt that I used to have. It was like a Western shirt. Okay, so I gotta put an inside to this. Let me get some. Well, I don't have any cut white ones out of there. So let me get this. So 5 1/4 by 4 to make our inside of that card. And I'm just gonna grab a strip of that designer series paper to run across the bottom of this. And I'm doing that at a 1/2 inch. Okay, just like that. And then I'm going to use the sentiment. You're always so good to others, be good to yourself too. See, there's one that I made a while back where I cut her out and used her as a frame over there to sponge different color on the background. So did you guys have a good Christmas? I can tell you I surely did. My husband got me a Apple Watch. So now we pair up our watches and we can use them as walkie-talkies so we could be like we're cool. Act like we're children again and having walkie-talkie phones. Okay, so there's that. Envelope. I will do the envelope with this same paper as well. Okay, just to let you guys know. Okay, so let me get that out of the way because that was card number 1. We're done with that. And then my mom got me a couple, my husband also got me one too. I collect, you know, the little Christmas villages that you set up and they light up and they do like different animations and different sounds and stuff. My mom got me a couple of big ones. My husband got me a big one. So I was thinking, oh, I should set those up, but I'm like, nope, I'm not doing it this year. They will get set up next year so I can have them all the way that I want them. Because I'm kind of over it. That's one thing that's hard when you get those kinds of things for Christmas and then you're like, well, I don't know if I want to set them up now. Because then you just gotta turn around in a couple of days and take it all back down. All right, so card. Well, this is card. Our number 2, project number 2 is not a card per se, but you can kind of, you know, do whatever you want on the back of it and write a sentiment and whatnot. But we are using the Delivering Cheer. Now, this is not a new set. This is one that is retiring and is on that last chance list. So this is one of those really cool ones that it doesn't only have to be for Christmas. Did you use Stays On black ink pad? No, I didn't. Sorry. I used the Memento pad. Sorry, mine's pretty tore up here. But I used Memento, which is a fade-resistant, water-based, fast-drying ink. So on the next card that I'm going to make, or no, I'm not using it. I'll show you one of the cards that I did make that's alternative to the third card that I do, that I did use Stays On for. But I had to use Stays On for that card because I used vellum. And so with vellum, it's non-porous, so the ink cannot soak into it. So that's when you have to use something like Stays On ink. Because, or if you use a sheet of acetate, or what is that, acetate? Yeah, like a window sheet of acetate, something that's non-porous. Same with like vellum, you want to use your Stays On pad for. All right, because it's almost like a, what is that, permanent marker? That's kind of what Stays On kind of is. We bought a box of indoor snowballs and had a surprise. That would be awesome, Patty. An indoor snowball fight. That's awesome. Okay, so we're using this set, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a piece. Now, where's my little cheat sheet here? Okay, so my base is 3 by 8.5, and then I'm going to score it at 2 7/8. 2 7/8. Okay, just like that. Stays On used on watercolor paper with watercolor pens. Yes, because because Stays On, you want to use that because this is water-based and it will bleed. But this you can use with our Stampin' Blends because they're alcohol-based. So when you do, yes, so absolutely, when you're using a watercolor, you want to use Stays On so it doesn't smear something like this, the Memento. Okay, so what did I say? 3 by 8.5, scored either end at 2 7/8. Then I'm going to use this. I'm using the layering circles, and I'm grabbing this one right here. So it is the 1, 2, 3, third one from the smallest, third one up in size. And what I'm going to do to make sure I get this right is I'm going to grab a pen and then grab my ruler, and then I'm going to go from where my score mark is up to this corner as well. So just line your ruler up on there. That's going to give you 4 1/8. So then we want to mark at 2 1/16. Right there. So that gives us our center point. Right? See where I just made that little tick mark? Then, hello, Arliss. Better late than never, right? And then you're going to take this and you're going to line it up with that dot, and you can just eyeball it, line it up with the dot right in the center and run that through. And that's going to give you this with that circle cut out. And your circle's still going to have the little dot in the middle. And that's why I say when you line that up, you'll see where the center of that little dot mark is, to line that up to be able to cut that out. Okay, then you're going to need, this is, I was on a blue kick today. This is Night of Navy, and this is 5 3/8 by 2 3/4. And then a white piece. This is basic white, and this is 5.5 by 2 7/8. So it's just 1/8 of an inch smaller or bigger than our Night of Navy. Now, this piece, this embossing folder is from the JJ Mini catalog. This is called the Gingham. Gingham embossing folder. So it gives you that really pretty gingham print. So we're going to run this just like this, set that inside of there. Now this is not a 3D folder, so you don't have to use your big gray piece. You can just use your regular embossing, and then you're going to come out with a piece that looks just like this. See that gingham? Very pretty. Then that will fit in once we fold that. This will go on here just like this. Then your next piece that you're going to need is silver foil, and this is 4 1/8 by 2 1/8. And then another piece of basic white, and this is 2 by 4. So again, 1/8 of an inch difference between those two. This was basic gray, if I didn't tell you that. Then I'm taking one of my, where did I put those? Oh, what the heck did I do with them? I thought I had them sitting right here. The Wonderful Snowflakes. Where the heck did I put them? Okay, well, I did have the Wonderful Snowflakes sitting around here, but I took one of them. They are those iridescent snowflakes. I throw it back in my drawer. Sometimes, oh, here they are. Jeez Louise, I threw them down on with my new paper. Okay, so you get a whole pack of these, and you get 24 of them. Again, they're going on the retiring list, but I think they're not retiring fully. I think they will actually come back in next holiday, in our next holiday catalog in July 2021. Wonderful Snowflakes. So grab them now, because these are, I mean, these can be used for anything. They don't necessarily have to be Christmas. They're very pretty. They're iridescent. So I took one and I punched it out of here and I cut it in half. Well, I can't find it on here now, but yeah, I'm pretty sure it's one that will be back. Anyways, I'm pretty sure these come back next year. And then, so I just took it and I lined it up on my trimmer and I just trimmed it right in half. So I have two pieces. And see the iridescent look to those? Well, you can see it right there through on that big piece. Let me put those away so I know where they are next time, so I'm not fumbling around everywhere. Then I'm going to grab out a bunch of my Stampin' Blends. I am grabbing Light and Dark, Balmy Blue, Light and Dark, Night of Navy, Light and Dark, Smoky Slate, and then my Ivory. And then we're going to use this piece to stamp on. So let me grab my pieces off here that I need. Now I need her bottom, and then we're going to use the packages. So I'm using the dress part here and the packages here. And then coming in with Memento. And just stamping this down, and I should have a cushion underneath that, and that's what I just went to grab, but my cushion is a hot mess. And then the presents lay right above her dress. Okay, just like that. So it lines up right down here. Move these out of the way. And then you're going to need a piece of that metallic, what is this called? Metallic mesh ribbon. And we're going to tie a bow for that. All right, so I'm going to do her dress in Night of Navy. So I'm going to use the dark first. I need new Night of Navy. These things are, I've really done a number on these guys. And I'm just going to use some of those tick marks to make, you know, the shadowing. And then I'm going to do this bow up here with the dark on this package. And then I'm going to do this package here in the dark. Okay, then I'm going to use the light and just come in and fill over that dark and kind of smear that around. Making sure I blend that darker in with this light. So I don't leave any harsh, dark lines on there. Okay, then this package, I'm going to do where I just did the bow in the dark. I'm going to do the package in the light. And then the lines of this box I'm going to do in the light. Okay. Oh, and then I'm going to do her shoes. Okay, just like that. Then I'm going to bring in Balmy Blue. And I am going to use the dark just to do some shadowing. And this ribbon on this side. And then I'm going to use the light to come in here and do this package down here. I just love these colors together. It's wintry, but it's not Christmas. So you could wind up using this for, like you're going to see, for a birthday card, or you could use this for a New Year's Eve gift, which is what I'm using this for. And then I'm going to use I think I'm going to use dark. Well, I'll use dark on this one just to see if it's, yeah, that's going to be too dark. So actually, I'm going to use the light. I'm going to do the dark on the inside of that package, and then I'm using light for the rest of it. This is Smoky Slate. Okay, then we are using the ivory for her skin, for her hands, and then on her legs. Now this one, when you buy the ivory, you get the bronze with it as well. So you can definitely do different ethnicities. Okay, that is done. And then let's get this assembled. And then I'll show you what this is going to be. I mean, you guys probably already have somewhat of a clue. I just like how we can make gifts with our paper as well as, you know, cards. So you can make this, and then you can make a matching card go with it. Okay, so like that. Then this is going to get glued right onto that silver. Leaving 1/8 of an inch. Now this takes a little bit longer to dry, because otherwise if you try to mess with it too much, it slides around because of that silver. So give that a second to dry and let that kind of adhere together. Okay, so there's that. Then we're going to take these two, we're going to kind of just add them just like that, and then this piece will then go on top of that. Okay, so let's get these added. I'm just going to put just a little bit of glue on this, because she'll pretty much hold it down, but I'm just going to add just a little bit. Now, what gave me this idea is I saw a slimline card using these colors, and then I thought, well, you know what? New Year's is coming up, and a lot of people like to go out, and sometimes you take you come bearing gifts, right? Sometimes when you go to your friend's house or to watch fireworks or whatever you do on, where did I do? Oh, here they are. So whatever you do, you normally take something with you. So this would be the perfect little gift to take with you. We are having, on New Year's Eve, we are having a game night. So we've invited our neighbors to come over and play games. My son just got a new game for Christmas, and not video games. I'm talking board games and card games. We all sit down and, you know, we make a big thing of popcorn and chips and guacamole and all the things. And she comes over. Normally her and another friend and their husband come over to have game night. And then we watch the ball drop, or we have semi-crazy neighbors that like to let off fireworks. So sometimes we'll go outside and watch. I more go outside to check on my animals to make sure my animals are okay, because I don't do all so hot with fireworks, but they don't go like super crazy where they do the fireworks all night long. They just do a couple and then they move on and go back in the house, or they have big bonfires out there and whatever. Okay, then I'm going to take some of these rhinestones and go across here. And do a better job than I'm doing in getting these things straight. In these older packages of rhinestones, some of them were more shinier than others, so I always try to make sure I get the really shiny ones on there. Okay, so just like that, so you add some bling to that. Then we're going to take this and kind of just wad it up and then tie a knot, just like that. Okay, and then cut off an end of that. And then that's going to go right there. So let me grab a glue dot, a schnot dot, now this would make a great winter gift card or birthday card. If you don't want to do what I'm doing here. All right, then you could always take another piece of white and put it on the back here, and then you can write your sentiment or whatever you want to do. Like if you're giving it as a gift, you can, you know, tell them why you're giving it to them or whatever. But then this goes right over the top of your wine bottle. Isn't that cute? So when you give a bottle of wine as a gift, and I picked the blues because I had a bottle of blueberry Moscato. So I just thought those colors went so well with this bottle that I was like, okay, I have to do the blues. And when I saw this kind of configuration in a card, I thought, kapow, you know, I got this in the bag. So how cute is that though? What a cute gift you could give. Do you see the rhinestones on there? That just kind of finishes it with this piece of mesh, metallic mesh there. Just kind of makes it all wrapped together and be all sparkly and pretty. So yeah, what do you guys think of that? Isn't that kind of a cute idea? I'm sure you guys have probably seen that before. So that will go as a gift to someone. Whoever wins next week's cards, somebody will win this because that can fit right inside of an envelope and go to someone. Okay, so let me move that over there because that is project number 2. So if I get that out in the mail tomorrow, hopefully it'll make it to you by New Year's. So if you want to give that as a gift, you can do that. Okay. All right. So let me move some of this stuff. Or actually, I don't know what I'm talking about. This won't go in the give out until next Monday. So It'll be later than New Year's, but you guys can do what you want to do with it. I just wanted to show you guys the idea. So a lot of you that already have the items to make that, you can make your own. Okay, so let me get some of these put away and out of the way here. Then the next one, we are going to be using those new, what are they called? Decorative, these things. Decorative Masks, that's what they're called. These are going to be in the new JJ Mini catalog. These are called the Butterflies and Flowers Layering Decorative Masks. Now, this time you get 6 of these in this package, and these are different than any of the other ones that we've had. This is the flower, and this goes kind of together, because see this little flower here, it fits over that flower. This one goes over that. I'm trying to think. That would also fit in that flower. And I think there's another one that has some kind of flower or something on it. Oh, right up here. This butterfly one. Let me flip a piece of paper around so you guys can see. There. Now you can see it a little bit better. This one, that flower from the butterfly set goes on top of that. And then you've got all these little leaves. So these can really be layered quite neatly. And I'm going to show you the butterfly one. There you have that. Then you've got this one here that looks almost kind of viney. And then you've got another flower one here. And then I'll show you this one again because I didn't have it on that. So these could be layered. So if you did this, you could layer it again in the darker or in another color on top of that. Okay. So I'm going to actually leave this here. And then when we're done, I will show you the other card that I made that I told you that I had to use the stays on because of the vellum that I used. Okay, so card base is basic black, and this is 11 by 4 1/4. And I need to score that because it's going against the grain when you use an 11 piece of cardstock. So I'm going to score that at 5 1/2. And then line that up because sometimes it gets a little misaligned and then it comes out goofy. Okay, so there's the card base for that. Then I'm using a piece of, oops, that's not it, a piece of basic white. And I think I gotta cut this down. I need a piece of basic white at 5 1/2 by 4. So it's going to be the length of the card. So it's going to be the same length, but it's just going to have a 1/8 of an inch off of each side. Okay. Then I'm using polished pink and my blender brush, and then I'm going to grab some washi tape. This can get out of the way. I am going to be using the stamp set Special Moments, and I believe this is a celebrations item, and this is worth, let me check really quick. I think that's $100 set there. So if you spend $100 in product, you get that one free. Yep, I was right. Woohoo! I'm winning. No, just kidding. Normally I can't remember things like that. But yeah, this is, once you spend $100, you can earn this set free. And it's got so many sentiments. It's got 21 stamps in it. So happy birthday. I think you're wonderful. Big congratulations for someone who is wonderful in each and every way. Thinking of you, I couldn't wait for a special occasion. Best wishes. I have something for you. Hey boo, happy, or hello sunshine, thanks, good luck. Just a little hi from me. The thing I like about you is everything. That's cute, I like that. Thanks for brightening up my day. Just a card to say you're amazing. With sympathy, hang in there, you're holding it. It's okay to feel the feels. That's cute too. Where would I be without a friend like you? So there's just some great sentiments in here that I think that is one of those sets that you're probably going to want to add to your, you know, sentimental stamp sets that you own. Because it's just got such a huge array. Okay, so I'm going to take a couple of these and I'm just going to lay them on my hand to absorb some of the oils so I don't wind up tearing my paper when I set these down. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my butterfly. Where did I put it? Oh, here it is. Okay, and I'm just going to do the big butterfly first, and I'm just going to align that right kind of in the center. And I'm just eyeballing it from watching the paper underneath. And just like that, just to hold that in place. Then I'm going to take some of my polished pink, just rub some of that ink on there. But what I like to do first is I like to, before I just apply it onto my cardstock, I want to kind of rub it over here to make sure there's no harsh lines or anything on there. And then I'm barely applying any pressure. And I'm just lightly going over this butterfly. Now, what you might want to do is you might want to have some scrap paper sitting around so you could avoid this flower right here. Because see that upper flower? If you took this and you go beyond your butterfly, you're going to wind up having a flower up there. So if you don't want that flower, make sure you take something and cover those up. Now I'm being kind of careful to make sure I don't do that. Same with, that's why I hold my thumb here so I don't hit past it to touch this more detailed butterfly here as well. So just a light, subtle butterfly there. So let me show you what that looks like. So see how subtle? That's what I was talking about. Okay, and we're gonna put this back on there because I want that mask to stay where it was. And then I'm going to use these flowery bits here. See that? How it's got some florally pieces. And I'm just going to lay that over the top. And I'm just going to hold it. I could come in with some... Oh, where did I put the washi tape? Oh, there it is. I put it way back there. Again, take a couple of pieces. If you don't want to hold it and you just want to make sure it doesn't shift on you. Just like that. And just make sure you have that where you need it. And then push it down. Okay. Again, take something to go over that flower. Let me fold this paper down so I'm not pushing this so far off the table you guys can't even see it. Okay, there we go. Okay, I'm going to hold that up there. This has already been taped down, so I should be okay. And then grab some ink and then lightly go over here. And then this is where I'm going to be a little bit more forceful because I want my flowers to be dark. But see, I'm making sure I'm not going over this edge here also. so I'm not hitting that butterfly down there. Again, you could mask this off a lot better than I did, but I just want to show you guys this effect. Now this would be really pretty, again, to try different colors. The one that I'm going to show you that I did on vellum is I used Coastal Cabana and I used Bermuda Bay. So this one, I was just sticking with my pinks. And the best thing to do to go clean this, just go stick it under the water flow of your sink. And it will, since this is water-based, that ink will come right off. And then I either throw these on a paper towel and let them air dry, or you can just pat them dry and they dry really easy. Okay, so let me take this up and show you what that looks like. Okay, look at that. Isn't that so pretty? Then I'm going to take this and I'm just going to align it over here. So I'm going to take the next butterfly, or the same butterfly, but I'm just arranging it in a different place, like that. And then just grabbing light ink because I just want the light color. And I'm going to do it again. Just very light motion just to give some subtle look or some subtle color to that. Am I up far enough? Okay, just like that. Then again, if I pull that off, you can see that it's very subtle. Oops, where the heck is my placement? Oh, there we go. Okay, now I'm going to take these flowers here. And I'm just going to lay that on there. And since this is already kind of blocking this, I'm not too worried about it getting any harsh. And I'm just going to hold it. And then I'm going to push. And like I said, I'm applying quite a bit of pressure to make sure I get that color nice and dark over those flowers. Okay, so there is that butterfly down there. And then let's do one more up here. So I'm going to turn this one to the side. Grab some light ink and just come in and lightly go over that. All right, and then I'm going to use, let's do this one right here. Okay, so I'm just going to place that over the top of that. And again, I'm going to hold it with good pressure. And the way I like to push on the back of this is so I make sure I get, and these are very bendable, so you make sure you just get really good pressure on there. So you get that color really crisp and dark. Okay. I'm going to put this away so I don't wind up sticking any of my pieces in it. And then get this out of the way. Make sure I set all the ones that I've used off to the side so I make sure I wash those. And then pull these up. Now I save all these little bits of washi because I can use those with my cut and emboss machine to hold my die cut framelits and stuff in place when I go to cut, so I don't throw any of that away. Okay, that's gonna go over there so it can get washed. So look how pretty that is. I guess I could have moved this butterfly up a little bit, but the reason why I wanted to leave a gap there is because we're gonna put a sentiment on there. So I think I'm gonna do congratulations, because when I thought of these pinks, I thought of, okay, do I know anybody who's having a baby? And I do. I know a couple of people that are pregnant right now, but they don't know whether they're having girls or boys, so that's fine. I can at least have a little girl card made. Big congratulations is what I'm going to put right there. But one of you guys are going to win this card, so hopefully you know somebody having a baby girl. Then I am going to bring in, these are called, oh my gosh, Artistry Blooms Adhesive Sequence. Now let me make sure I'm saying that right. They are right here. Page 143. They're called the Artistry Blooms Adhesive Backed Sequence. There we go. Okay, but let's get this put on here. Now, I got this idea from Kylie Bertucci, I think is what her last name is. Kylie Bertucci. She's over in Australia. She is an Australian demonstrator. And she made this using, I believe she used Rich Razzleberry and Blackberry Bliss as her two colors. And she kind of did different, the different ones and different angles here. But I saw her card and I thought, oh my gosh, I have to show you guys how to use these, what did I call them? Background layers? No, what did I say? Decorative masks. That's what they're called. Because sometimes it's intimidating when you see those and you're not quite certain what you do with them. Well, now you have an idea. And I'm sure as soon as a lot of people get their hands on it, what did I do with my take a pic tool? You're going to start seeing a lot more people. 7:28. Sorry, my watch was telling me what time it was. You're going to start seeing lots of people using these in different ways. And there are quite a few creative people out there, let me tell you. So then I'm going to just take this and where did I... Okay. I'm going to take a couple of small ones and set them over here. In between those two wings, and then I'm going to take another one, go up here, and then a big one up here, and then one more because we can't have it be even. I'm going to take another big one and put that one right there, just like that. Okay, so that would make such a cute baby card, right? Isn't that so cool? Okay, so here is the one that I did on vellum. So what I did is I took vellum and I did my Coastal Cabana as my lighter color, and then I took Bermuda Bay and I did the more textured over the top of it. And see, I kind of jacked up my what was that called? Stays on, because Stays On is one of those things that when you go to put it on there, and if you're on something that's non-porous, it kind of slides a little bit. And I kind of messed it up, but it's not that terribly noticeable, and it still turned out pretty cute. And then I took a piece of, oh, the blues are pretty. Yeah, isn't that pretty? And then I took a piece of basic white and as the same size of my vellum, and I just put the basic white on under the vellum and then on top of the black, because I wanted to make sure all those popped, and it just didn't do it if I put the vellum straight on black, because you wouldn't see. Let me show you. I just had vellum. Okay, so if I was on black and you put that on there, you wouldn't see those colors as well as you do with a piece of basic white underneath the back of that. And then I just use those same Artistry Bloom adhesive backed gems for that, or sequins. And then here's the other one that I did. I just was playing around with the different orientations of how I liked it set up. Now that is the actual butterfly, the more detailed butterfly. I did that in the center of this one versus doing all the different textures. So just to kind of give you an idea of what that looks like. Now, the reason why I made sure I taped them down this time is because, as you can see on this one, when I went to do this, I didn't have my forms taped down. I didn't have my masks taped down with washi tape. And you can see that it kind of shifted, and it kind of made a, what's that look? What I'm thinking of. It got smeary, I guess you would say, because it kept moving, so it made it look like it is, yeah, it just didn't come out as pretty. We'll just put it that way because I can't think of words. So there we go. Okay, let's get to our giveaways from last week's cards that I made, and then I will bring all these back in to show you. Okay. So last week we made this pop-up cube card that looks like that, and it stands up just like that. And you'll have to fiddle these with you when you get them. When you get this card, whoever wins this, make sure you stand these up because they will lay flat because of them being shipped in the mail. This goes to, let me get my paper out. I had... I have too much stuff. See, I should do this before so I don't lose. Oh, here it is. All right, this card goes to Cheryl Grimlick. You are the winner of that super cute, old-fashioned cube pop-up, and then here's the matching envelope for that. So that will lay flat just like that and go in the envelope, and then you can write whatever you want on the back here. So that goes to Cheryl Grimlick. Then card number 2 was this, what do you call this? The angle card with the belly band that you pull on and off, and then with the matching envelope. This goes to Frida Alsop. So let me show you the inside of that. It says, the best kind of friend is the kind like you. And you can, you know, move that around either way, however you want to give that. And then, so that goes to Frida. I think I have everybody's address for this one. And then this little goodie treat piece here, I will also send the candy with it, because that would be rude to just send it without candy, because, come on, who just wants an empty treat box with no treat in it? This goes to Anna Rebadoo. So that will come to you just like that. Okay, so let me put those back in there so I make sure I put those in their envelopes when I'm done. Okay, all right, so let's get these cards out here that we made today. There's card number 3. Number 2 is that wine holder. And then you've got that bleached out look. But don't forget that you could also use a white watercolor pencil. Or I guess it doesn't have to be watercolor. I guess you could probably use just a regular colored pencil. That might work too. Try it, play with it. I'm sure you probably have colored pencils around. And that gives you that look as well. Okay? All right, you guys. Well, I hope you guys have a super safe and, eventful New Year's. If you have anything planned, be safe out on the roads, because I know there's snow where a lot of you live. So you're not out driving around. And I know people like to drink during New Year's, and hopefully everybody's just safe. So I will see you guys back here. I will be on the 30th. So on Thursday of this week, I will do the alternatives for the, what is that? Lots of Pun, Paper Pumpkin. I'm really struggling with alternatives. I will be totally honest with you guys. I'm struggling with alternatives for those cards. Really am. Thank you, Peggy. So I will be on Thursday, 6 o'clock, to try to come up with some alternatives for you guys. And then I will be back on Monday the 3rd to do our giveaways for these here. So I'll make sure that I have the envelopes and everything ready for these. I just didn't have, I'm almost out of them, so I'm waiting for my next order to come in so I can get some more envelopes, because I seem to go through envelopes quite quickly. All right, have yourselves a very happy and safe New Year, and I will see you guys back on Thursday or on Monday. Bye.